If the moon suddenly disappeared, what changes would happen to Earth? The first consequence would appear along the coastlines. Without the moon's gravitational pull on the oceans, the massive tidal bulges would collapse, creating enormous global waves that would flood parts of the continents. Without this natural stabilizer, Earth's axis would eventually start to wobble, swinging back and forth in a regular pattern. Over time, this realignment of the axis would bring about dramatic climate changes. Different regions of Earth would tilt more toward either the poles or the equator, making some areas receive more or less sunlight than before. In theory, the polar regions could transform into lush tropical landscapes, while the equator could turn into a frozen desert. Faced with such drastic changes on the planet's surface, land-based life would need to adapt to an entirely new environment. Because days would become much shorter, many species of plants and animals would have significantly shorter lifespans. Shorter days also mean less time to gather the energy needed for survival. Without the moon shining brightly in the night sky, nights would become much darker. This would make it far harder for many animals to hunt for food at night, and it's likely that some species would struggle to survive. To adapt, nocturnal animals would need to develop exceptionally sharp vision to make use of starlight. The moon also serves as a natural navigation guide for many migratory birds and nocturnal insects. Some species, like certain fish and crabs, time their reproduction around the regular phases of the moon. Without it, survival patterns that have been fine-tuned for thousands of years would collapse into chaos. The weather would also be thrown into turmoil. With Earth spinning faster, storms could develop with wind speeds of up to 300 miles per hour. These violent winds would make life difficult for small, lightweight creatures, while new plants would need especially deep roots to survive. Animals with skin flaps between their limbs might adapt best to the strong winds. But how likely is it that the moon would drift away from Earth forever? The truth is, it's already happening. Every year, the moon moves about 4 centimeters farther away. Still, long before it could ever completely escape, both Earth and the moon would likely be swallowed by the expanding sun at the end of its life.